Here we are once again talking about yet another masked man in the WWE. And no, I'm not talking about Rey Mysterio or any of the other luchadors that are on the WWE roster. We're talking about the masked man that took out Braun Breaker at the Royal Rumble. Obviously, not our first time seeing something like this, considering we just saw it at Survivor Series War Games, where it was revealed to be Austin Theory. But the difference is, Austin Theory was helping the Vision. This guy is clearly not. So we're looking at two completely different MOs with these two masked men. So in this video, we're going to be talking about who could possibly be the new masked man, and we're also going to be talking about who is behind all of this. But real quickly, before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That is all we post is WWE related content. So if you're a WWE fan, again, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So let's start off by talking about what we know. Obviously, this guy, from the pictures that we have seen, appears to have a lighter colored beard. So obviously, my first thought would be Logan Paul. And I do kind of see the similarities in the build type between whoever this was behind the mask and Logan Paul himself. And I even mentioned in my preview video for the Royal Rumble that I felt like Logan Paul was being super nice to Braun Breaker in particular, talking to the rest of the Vision about how they're going to help Braun Breaker win the Rumble and they're going to do everything in their power to make sure he gets to the top. Only for it to be Braun Breaker, the only one who got taken out by the masked man. So I would consider Logan Paul to be a prime suspect in this matter. And if it was going to be Logan Paul, I'm not exactly sure where the story could go from there. Maybe him and Austin Theory are working together in all of this. Another one that I'm going to give is LA Knight. Now don't get me wrong, LA Knight being the masked man is a very long shot. But considering what we have seen from LA Knight and him just continuously going after the Vision with these hit and runs, we just saw it twice on Monday Night Raw last night, it would kind of make sense. But again, the only problem with that is that Braun Breaker was the only one that got taken out, and LA Knight up to this point seems to be a little more focused on Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. And obviously, I know that the red herring in all of this is Seth Rollins. Like, Seth Rollins, I feel like, is inevitably at the top of all of this story. But that was clearly not Seth Rollins that took out Braun Breaker, even though that's what they want you to think, hitting Braun with the curb stomp and all that. We are eventually going to get to Seth Rollins, because I think Seth Rollins is clearly behind all of this that's happening. As for anybody else that I could see being under the mask, I really don't have any other good options. There is the ever-looming rumor about Buddy Matthews or Buddy Murphy coming back to the WWE, but that guy was way too small to be Buddy Matthews. As much as I would love to see them get back together with Seth Rollins and Austin Theory, that would be awesome. But again, this guy was way too small to be Buddy Matthews. So we have our suspects. Now, who do we think is truly behind all of this? Obviously, my pick is Seth Rollins. I think that is a lot of people's best pick, and I think it's kind of the obvious pick. Now, obviously, Adam Pearce is also playing a major part into this, but I think they're trying to make it feel like Adam Pearce is the guy behind all of this, when in reality, it's all Seth Rollins pulling the strings. With the way that Adam Pearce went from doing everything his way to getting on the phone with somebody, we're assuming Seth Rollins, and then immediately changing his mind about everything with the Vision, putting Braun Breaker into the Royal Rumble after he was not supposed to be. So I think it's pretty obvious that we're meant to be thinking that it is Adam Pearce pulling the strings, but again, I think it's Seth Rollins behind all of it. Now, since I do think it is Seth Rollins, let's kind of go back to the suspects that I named. Obviously, Seth Rollins and Logan Paul, they've feuded before. It was actually kind of good. Wouldn't mind seeing more from them, honestly. And whether this ends up being a new faction for Seth Rollins or not, I think that somewhere along the line, we are going to get Logan Paul and Seth Rollins in this. If it is, in fact, Logan Paul who's behind the mask this time. Now, LA Knight is another one that I mentioned as a possible suspect as to who is behind the mask. And I think this one actually, when you think a little bit more about it, could possibly be legit. Because obviously, Seth Rollins' LA Knight just got done with a pretty big feud, but now they have a common enemy, and that common enemy is the Vision. Obviously, Braun Breaker taking out Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed and the rest of the Vision taking out LA Knight. And I know I hate using this term, but if LA Knight and Seth Rollins are able to coexist, I could see that as a legit possibility here. And the question that I still have on my mind is Austin Theory still on the side of the Vision in all of this? And when I was going through these suspects that I had, I did not name Austin Theory, but he probably should be there as well. I didn't name him as a suspect because I quite frankly, I don't think it would make much sense if he was to do this again. So there is a lot to unpack with this whole situation between the Vision, Adam Pearce, Seth Rollins, who this new masked man is, which side is Austin Theory on, which side is Logan Paul on. There are so many different routes that they can take with this story. And I know that we are very early on this road to WrestleMania, but so far, this is the story that has me kind of the most interested because I don't genuinely know where this could go. Obviously, I think the end game is going to be Seth versus Braun, but it's how we get to that point that has me the most interested. What's the story with all the masked men? Is it going to be a new faction with Seth Rollins? Or are they simply just henchmen for Seth Rollins? So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about who I think is behind the mask, and let me know who you guys think is behind the mask. And let me know why you think that person that you picked is behind the mask as well. So as always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in the description for a reason. That is because it will take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel. I do strongly suggest going and checking out our X page. Besides YouTube, I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. And if you enjoy these videos and you're looking for some extra content, go check out our Instagram and our TikTok pages. Over there, you can expect clips from these videos, and it's just another place for me to post when I do upload a video on here to YouTube. So if you enjoy these videos and you are looking for some extra content, Linktree link in the description. It will take you to wherever you want to go. So with all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Again, both are free. Both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here because it genuinely means the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more WWE content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.